Hey everybody, so we are here at the VFW Post 6076 here in Myerstown, Pennsylvania, and we are here at the Myerstown and surrounding areas honor roll. So let's turn this around and check this out. So on the back side here, they actually have, this was originally over at the Myerstown school, but then wound out getting moved over here once they sold that property. This upper section here, these are the guys that have served in World War I, because this was originally erected 1917 to 19, erected in grateful remembrance by the citizens of Myerstown and vicinity. And then if you see a star next to them, like right here, that means they were killed in the service of their country. Ira Steiner, John S. Pfeiffer, Elmer E. Woomer, Ira I. Ulrich. So that's sort of cool. That's the one that the cannon is for. And there's Ira C. Keller. So apparently he was killed in war. World War I. There, Ralph A. Hag, George Gass. Definitely encourage you to come down and visit this at some point, just because of how important it is. But it's definitely one of those things that you look at the families, like the names, and you see generation after generation serving their country over and over again. Here's Korea. Not seeing any stars so far. There you go. Harry E. Himmelberger. We actually went by his grave. And there's Edwin H. Himmelberger. They're buried right next to each other. They were both killed in that war. I actually went by their graves. So Ronald W. Wyke. Oh. I'm gonna go over to Vietnam. Earl Althouse. The Himmelberger, the guys that got killed there, you'll actually see their names several different places over the generations. All these families is just really, they really gave. There's a Ronald W. Wyke, and that was a guy over here in the that's Ronald W. Wyke there. Wonder if that was a mistake or if his father and son. Be something I'll have to look up. The guys that served in Afghanistan, Iraq, and over here the Persian Gulf War, and in Lebanon. Now on the other side here, this is World War II. And I had checked this out the week prior, and I'll be honest, there's two guys that I know that passed. The Daniel R. Fisher and the other gentleman, that his name eludes me right now, but they both were involved with like B-15 to B-17s, and I didn't see either one the last time. Maybe I missed them, but here you have Walter Firestein, John Yeagley, or Yakeley. There's an Elmer J. Becker. There's a Paul A. Miller. My dad was Paul L. Miller. Just looking for the names right now to see if I can see it. Like, it easily could have been missed. But the other thing I think may be more likely is, I believe the Bowler, Carl F. Bowler, he's buried down at the Methodist Cemetery. I believe he was living up in Connecticut at the time, because he was a pilot and he had gotten married up there. So he might have been up there for a year or so. So he technically was not here, even though he's buried here and was killed during the war. Very easily could have been that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Daniel R. Fisher was somewhere else as well. He was 25 at the time of his death, so he very well could have been living in another area, and it also could just be that they got missed. And it very well could be that I missed them. There's a Nelson W. Bentham, Raymond F. Garginis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, probably not. They both would have been Army as well. There's Richard Hibson. Paul J. Leffler. George W. Yeagley. There's a Franklin J. Fisher. I do not see either one on here. And this goes into the Navy. There's a Kenneth R. Line. Charles R. Long. Yeah, I do not see either one on there. There's a Kenneth L. Lesher. Served in the Marine Corps. And Coast Guard. This is World War II, 1941 and 1945. It just shows, like, even with a relatively small community like Myerstown, the sacrifices that were made. Myerstown Memorial Post 6076, dedicated to brave men and women who honorably served their country. All gave some gave all. Of course, you have the United States Marine Corps, United States Coast Guard, the United States Merchant Marine, over here United States Air Force, United States Navy, and United States Army. And once again, you know, all gave some gave all. My character, Daniel R. Fisher, who I'm playing, the genuinely real human being, one of the things that he says is that he doesn't always like that saying, all gave some gave all, because at the end of the day, all gave all. There were so many wounds that just were not seen, wounds of the soul, the heart, that things that they saw, the brothers that they left over there, every single one of these men and women, they gave everything for our freedom. You can't help but say thank you. And the vast majority of these men and women here, World War I, World War II, are gone. No longer with us, much like my dad. Still with us in spirit. Their bravery, their heroism, courage, certainly still with us. That will never diminish. I talk about the one thing it says about how they will not grow weary like we grow weary. They will walk on, march on, but they will not leave mark nor sound, but they will go on. And one day they will turn in their uniform of blue or green, whatever it may be, and for one of white, and live on forever. So as always, I want to say thank you for coming along, and we'll see you all about town.